So welcome to this video where we will be talking about food safety hazards. With food safety hazards, there are 3 points na kailangan nating tandaan. Physical hazards, chemical hazards, and biological hazards. Now, the simplest explanation ng food safety hazards are things that are not supposed to go with the food that we will be serving. The first one na pag-uusapan natin ay physical hazards. Actually, ito yung mabilis natin makita, ito yung mabilis natin makuha, at pwede naman natin tanggalin with the use of our hands or with the use of the tools, o kaya i-scoop lang natin yung food hazard na to. Katulad ng mga buhok, katulad ng mga kuko, o kaya mga foreign objects katulad ng mga animals na ipis. Those are physical hazards na hindi karapat-dapat kasama sa pagkain na i-serve natin. And other food hazards are actually nanggagaling din mismo sa farm. Katulad ng mga dirt, kapag hindi natin nahugasan maigi yung pagkain, o kaya yung raw materials, o kaya yung vegetable na i-serve natin. Or kung hindi man dirt, siguro mga dahon na foreign objects din. Foreign objects katulad ng glass, timber or wood, o kaya mga staple na bala or bala ng stapler. Those are just some examples of physical hazards. Now, the next one are the chemical hazards. Chemical hazards are the things na ginagamit din natin sa farming katulad ng mga pesticides, or kung hindi man pesticides, mga antibiotics or antigens ng mga livestock na itinuturok sa kanila para mas maging productive pa sila. However, kapag nasobrahan yung mga yun, those are actually aspects of chemical hazards. So, physical hazards and chemical hazards. And the third one is the biological hazards. Actually, itong mga biological hazards na to, they are microorganisms na naisama sa pagkain. And itong mga microorganisms na to are classified as bacteria, viruses, and dito naman kasama yung mga yeast. And yung mga sakit na pwede makuha dito sa bacteria katulad ng salmonella, sa viruses naman, and sa mga yeast pwede yung mag-cause ng sakit sa digestive system natin. And yung iba, dahil nga na food poison sila, mag-albuluto yung kanilang mga tiyan, kaya kailangan nilang pumunta sa CR. Kaya sa pagtatandaan natin, delikado na makakain ng isang tao na allergic sa isang pagkain. Kakaroon siya ng rashes sa katawan niya, and what's worse, kapag nadamihan yung kinain niya, mahihirapan siya huminga. Kaya as waiters or as servers, it is important to discuss the content of the food na ino-order nila para malaman nila kung meron ba doon sa mga ingredients na isuserve natin sa kanila kung sila ay allergic. So sa biological hazards naman, there are factors din sa pag-handle natin ng raw food or raw meat o kaya sa raw materials na gagamitin natin. Dahil yung iba, hinahawakan lang nila sa kamay nila at hindi sila nagugas ng kamay. Or, nagugas nga sila ng kamay, pero yung ginamit nila na equipment sa pag-serve ng food ay contaminated din. Sa biological hazards, pwede rin magkaroon ng contamination kapag ang pagkain natin ay matagal nang naka-chill sa freezer or sa chiller. Another factor naman kapag tayo ay nagdi-defrost ng pagkain. Or pwede rin kapag nire-reheat natin yung pagkain. O kaya naman, kahit na nire-reheat natin yung pagkain pero hindi sapat yung init na nandoon sa pag-reheat natin, pwedeng mabuhay pa rin yung bacteria o kaya microorganism. Kaya magre-result sa lahat ng products na to, pwedeng maging result niyan is magkasakit yung customer natin. Kaya itong tatlo na to, kailangan nating tandaan when we are serving the food sa ating mga customers. Itong mga tatlong hazards na to: physical hazards, chemical hazards, and biological hazards. Kaya it's important that we should clean our hands, we should wash our hands, and we should clean the materials na gagamitin natin kapag tayo ay nagsiserve sa ating mga customers. Titignan natin maigi kung yung food na isi-serve natin sa mga customers ay malinis at walang physical hazards na nakikita. At para makalayo tayo sa mga iba pang hazards within the kitchen is paghiwalayin natin yung mga cleaning materials, ilayo natin siya sa kitchen. Take note of this. Sources of food safety hazards. Risk of hazards resulting to foodborne illness can arise from every step of food process, from production to consumption. One or more hazards are always present in each steps of the area, ng production to to consumption. Hazards can contaminate food through one of many of the following factors, katulad ng mga materials, men o kaya tayong mismong nag-handle ng pagkain, method, machine, money, and as well as environment. At ang mga hazards na to are factors para ang isang pagkain ay maging contaminated. And what will be the result? If these hazards are present sa mga pagkain na kakainin natin, the result would be food poisoning. In general, the term food poisoning is used to refer any illness involving the combination of intestinal symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. However, the term food poisoning is misleading since it groups all food-related illnesses by symptoms rather than by the pathogens that causes the illness such as toxins, bacteria, or virus. Foods can become contaminated for a variety of reasons. Food-related pathogens are common in the environment and may contaminate food items and spoiling it. While food laws and regulation exist in part to protect people from contaminated food, some pathogens are so resilient that they persist despite these efforts. Furthermore, many pathogens that are harmful to humans exist naturally in much of the food we eat, such as meat and poultry. Usually, these pathogens are destroyed when the food is cooked. However, if the food is eaten undercooked or raw, or the food is handled improperly during the preparation or storage, the risk of transmitting harmful pathogens to human increases. Now, the causes of foodborne illnesses are caused by ingesting the contaminated food or beverages. Some symptoms of foodborne illnesses are common symptoms like diarrhea or vomiting, and it actually sometimes lasts from 1 to 7 days. So if we are not careful with the food that we are handling and we just serve the food as it is, it will be dangerous to the customers or to the guests that we are serving because they might experience nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, or other sicknesses that involves food. Foods associated with foodborne illness are foods or raw foods from animal origin, such as raw meat, poultry, raw eggs, and unpasteurized milk, and as well as raw shellfish are most common to be contaminated. Fruits and vegetables can also be contaminated with animal waste when manure is used to fertilize products in the field, and as well as unclean water. Basically, foodborne illnesses are caused by unhealthy practices or unsupervised health concerns. Now, who are at risk in terms of food poisoning? Actually, everyone is at risk. However, the effects will be more long-lasting and more severe with pregnant women, with small children, with elder people, and also people who are suffering from allergies or if their immune system are not as strong as normal people. So that means malnourished people, people who drink excessively, people who smoke, and people who practice unhealthy habits, more prone or more at risk with foodborne illnesses. According to the United States Center for Disease Control, they found out that food illness outbreaks often identify the following 5 risk factors that result in foodborne illness. The first one is improper hot or cold holding of food. The second one is inadequate or improper cooking of food. The third one is dirty and or contaminated utensils. The fourth one is poor employee health and personal hygiene. And the fifth one is unsafe food sources. So to prevent foodborne illnesses, dapat ang ating stock ay malinis, ang ating mga gamit ay malinis, at yung pinagkukunan natin ng mga pagkain o kaya ng mga raw materials natin ay dapat malinis din.